Good morning. How is everyone doing? We're in the middle of June, gloom June here in California. I hope everyone's doing well with all this going on in this world today. I wanted to hop on really quickly. I had some things to do, so I was, in the mood to hop on here and just have a conversation with you guys. And I'm going to give folks a few minutes to hop on. It's early, and I wanted to do this real early. But yeah, so as you guys are hopping on, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I'm here in California. I am in Oxnard, California. Let me know where you guys are chiming in from. I'd love to go back and check to see where folks are listening to the lives from. But anyway, again, I'm from Oxnard. I'm here in California, coastal, loving this weather. It's not too hot just yet here where I'm at. But anyway, I am Dr. Cosette. I am Dr. Cosette White, and today I want to talk to you guys about creating a revenue plan to increase your profits. What does that look like? Creating a revenue plan to increase your profits. Um, a lot of times as business owners, we struggle. And that struggle could be to a lot of different things. It could be to self-sabotage. It could be to poor financial planning, lack of planning, no team. It could be a number of different things. But I just want to share with you guys how you can avoid some of those things. Because, see, as I like to say, small minds don't create big checks. All right, so let me just start all over again, introducing myself because I gave you guys just my name, but I am Dr. Cosette White. I am the CEO and founder of My Financial Home. We are a boutique firm. We specialize in accounting, tax, and business services. And our ideal client who we actually serve are our business clients. And of course, we do work with our consumers and individuals as well. But we help you guys with financial planning, tax matters, saving with the Internal Revenue Service, implementing legal business formations, assisting you guys with things such as right now, what's going on is we are assisting a lot of our clients with loan preparation, small business loans, PPPs, and things of that nature. All right, so let's jump into what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that is how do you create a revenue plan so that your profits are consistently where you want them to be. All right, so I'm going to give you 7 tips on how to create this plan, and it's all about profits, you all. So the first one is creating a plan. The P is creating a plan. What does your plan look like? How can you continue to start generating the revenue in your business that you want to? It all starts with a plan. And I sit down and I do a yearly plan with my team where we can grow, how we can increase our numbers from the prior year, look at our forecasts and look at projections. So you need to first of all start with the plan. And what I tell everyone that I sit with is sometimes we can't do it all by ourselves. Sometimes we got to reach up, we got to reach out, and we got to ask for help. So if you're stuck, like, where do I even begin putting together a plan? Then maybe you got to raise your hand and ask for help. That means a mentor, that means a coach, that means someone that can hold you accountable for the plans that you all put together. All right, the R. The R is for revenue generating activities. When I talk about revenue generating activities, I'm going to ask you guys a question for those of you that are listening to me. If live, or maybe you're on the replay, if I said to you, how much money did you want to create in your business over the next 30 days? What is that number? I just want you to write it down on a piece of paper. You don't have to tell me because it's only between you and that piece of paper what you're writing down. So if you know what that number is, if it's 30,000, if it's 50,000, or maybe you're just starting, maybe it's $1,000. That's what you want to generate between now and the next 30 days, July 17th. You have to have a plan as to how you can create and generate that revenue. So write down right now on a piece of paper 5 things that you can do to generate revenue. What are 5 activities that you need to be doing each and every day to generate revenue activities, revenue generating activities? You see, revenue generating activities are things such as getting on a strategy session. Revenue generating activities are things such as talking to prospective clients. You know, you got to understand how many prospective clients do you need to talk to on a weekly basis in order to generate some of the goals that you anticipate. So when I say talking to someone, do you need to talk to 10 people a week in order to get one yes? And I'm talking about a yes that's going to close on a sale, that's going to bring you a new client, that's going to close a contract. What are the revenue generating activities that you need to do each and every month, each and every week, each and every quarter, each and every year? They're going to shift as you begin to get very skilled in the craft that you do. So for right now, on that piece of paper, and hopefully you have a piece of paper, write down 5 revenue generating activities that you can be doing right at this point, okay, over the next 30 days to meet that goal that you wrote down, that check that you want to create, that revenue that you want to bring into your business, okay? The next thing I want you guys to do is start thinking about some offline and online marketing. Now, I don't want you to necessarily think about things where you have to go out and spend money because you're trying to create money. So let's think about that. What are some of the online things that you can do to market your business, to market yourself? Because after all, you all, it's about the know, like, and trust. It's about getting people to know you, know the services that you offer, know the products that you sell, like you, and trust you. Those are the 3 things: know, like, and trust. If nobody knows you, you're not going to make any, create any revenue, generate any revenue. If nobody likes you, they definitely not going to buy from you. And if they trust you, then they sure not going to buy from you. They're going to run the complete opposite direction. So what are some of the things that you can do right now today to generate revenue? How can you market yourself online? How can you market yourself offline? You know, right now we're in a pandemic. We're not out at events for the most part. So we're not face to face with folks. So you have to pivot. You have to pivot left. You have to pivot right. You got to do something different. You know, what about your existing clients that you have if you are already a business owner? What about your existing pool of people that you talk to right now? The clients that you see right now, the clients that you service right now. Can you tap into those existing clients and ask for referrals? Can you tap into those existing clients and ask them, who do they know? How can they introduce you to the next person that maybe you're trying to meet? Maybe you're trying to get beyond the doorkeeper, the gatekeeper. So you got to reach up and say, hey, Cosette, who do you know at ABC Corporation that I can get into the door? Do you know the controller? Do you know the director of human resources? I need to get to that person. I need to get beyond the doorkeeper. So we got to start thinking of creative ways. Reach out to your existing clients and start asking them. I'm sure there's a client of yours that may be a HR director. I'm sure there's a client of yours that may be a CPA. I'm sure there's a client of yours that's probably an attorney. Are they? Those are key people that you should have on your team anyway. I just threw that out for you guys. But if you know any of those folks, any real estate folks, any bankers, reach out to those people and ask them, hey, I know you have a list of clients. I'm looking for this particular person. Can you help me out? Okay, ask permission, you all. Online, offline. Think about blogs. Think about virtue summits. Think about podcasts. Think about writing for different publications, different folks that have websites. They have blog pages. Start reaching out. Start reaching up. And it's a simple thing. All you got to do is do what we call outreach on social media. Hop into someone's box. Hey, I see you have a publication. My name is, I do this. What can I do to write an article for your website, for your blog, for your publication? It's simple, you guys. Okay. So the next one is, and let me stay on track. The next one is financial goals. What are your financial goals? Do you know what your financial goals are in order to create this additional revenue into your organization? Listen, you guys, you need to have revenue goals for your weekly revenue goals and monthly revenue goals. You need to have weekly profit goals and monthly profit goals. All right. There is truly a difference. And let me just educate y'all for a moment. What is the revenue? Revenue is the money that you bring in. Those are the sales from the coaching, the products. That's the hardcore sale. You know, you close a contract is $10,000. That's the revenue. You close 5 contracts at 10,000. That's $50,000 for the month. You close 10 contracts at $10,000. That's $100,000 in revenue for the month. That's the revenue. What is your revenue goal for the week? What is your revenue goal for the month? So if it's 100,000 for the month, you got to break it down into bite-sized pieces. That means you need to bring in $25,000 every single week at minimum, you know, give or take, because it can fluctuate to meet that $100,000 goal. That's the revenue. But the profit is not the same thing. The profit is I have my revenue, I have my operating expenses. What is the number after that? So that's the number that's so important, the profit, because that's the money that you're taking home. That's the money that you're paying Uncle Sam on, the profits. That's the money that you need to make sure that you are, you know, saving enough for taxes. So have those goals, you all. Have your financial goals as far as making sure that you are looking at your financial statements, making sure that you understand what's in those financial statements. Because again, the sales less the operating profit, operating expenses is going to give you your profit. So if you don't understand what's going on in the middle, your operating expenses, then that's going to have an impact on your profit. If you have excessive marketing expenses going out every month, if you have excessive entertainment or excessive overhead, maybe you have too many people that are helping you, independent contractors, maybe you have a staff, maybe you have a staff member that's not performing and maybe you need to let them go. I had to let somebody go last week, just wasn't performing. It's about the return on the investment. If I hire you, whether it's independent contractor or as an employee, then I expect for you to produce. Okay, so that was an expense that I needed to eliminate because I wasn't getting the results and it was impacting my profit. It was impacting my bottom line. So pay attention to your numbers, understand the numbers. Yes, y'all, the numbers are sexy if you know what they say. If they're in the red, they ain't sexy. I'm just being real. We want the numbers to be out of the red into the black. All right, so ideal client. Who is your ideal client? Let me see something for a second. It's not coming up. I'm sorry, you guys. One quick second. Okay. Your ideal client. Who is your ideal client? You need to understand what that client looks like. What's their spending habit? Something is still not right. One second. Okay. Well, it'll happen. What is your ideal client? What's their spending habit? What's their demographics? What's their income level? How do they spend? What do they look like? What are some of their pain points? What are some of the things that you constantly hear your ideal client complain about? Okay, you need to start speaking that same language. If you're not speaking that same language, and maybe you don't even know who your ideal client is to speak their language, but I tell you, once you identify and you understand who you are targeting, who you are going after, what are some of the problems that they experience, then that will directly impact the revenue that you bring in because you're speaking to that ideal client. You're sending messages to that client and they're hearing what you're saying. They're hearing that you're offering a solution to the problems that they have. All right. I'm speaking to tax and accounting professionals. I help tax and accounting professionals grow a virtue firm. grow a multiple six-figure virtue firm. All right. So I speak to those people. I speak to anyone, to my ideal client. I speak the pain points that they're having, and that's what you need to do as well in order to shift the revenue so that you're bringing in and creating the revenue that you want in your organization. All right. Team. What does that look like, you guys? Your team. Okay, we are CEOs. But guess what? We can't wear multiple hats and expect to create the revenue that we want in our organization. I can't be the marketing guy. I can't be the content writer. I can't be the staff accountant for 10 accounts, 20 accounts. I could, but that means that some of my clients are going to miss out. So that meant I had to bring in a staff accountant. That meant I had to bring in additional tax accountants because I can't do all the returns in the office. I can't manage all of the accounts that we have in the office. So you have to develop a team, you all, in order to, again, meet those revenue goals that you have set for yourself. All right. What does a team look like? I can't tell you that in this short period of time, but I tell you what, that is something that I help tax and accounting professionals with when we're building out a multiple six-figure firm. All right, what does that team look like to you? All right, and the next one, you guys, is putting systems in place. So what does systems in place look like? That means what can be done without your presence. If you hired that tax accountant, if you hired anyone to come onto your team, what can they do? What will they be able to do with some of the systems that you have in place? I'm talking about standard operating procedures. I'm talking about desktop procedures. I'm talking about systems that you implement, onboarding procedures, onboarding systems, new hire procedures. What are some of the systems that you have in place or that you need to have in place that you only touch one time? You're not recreating the wheel, because you guys realize the more you touch paper, the more you recreate wheels. It's time is money and money is time. So create something that you only have to do once. Systems, putting systems in place. And I gave this example. To someone as I was doing a strategy session. A few years ago, I had a post that went viral. And it allowed me to create some revenue, some unexpected revenue into my business. But I had to put a system in place that would allow that revenue to continuously come in while I was asleep. So I'm talking about inventing and putting things together where you only have to touch them once. All right. Some things we got to touch more than once, but what systems do you have? All right. So I gave you guys 7 quick steps to creating revenue and increasing your profit. So let me just kind of recap those. And for those of you who just jumped on, I am Dr. Cosette here in Oxnard, California. I am the CEO and founder of My Financial Home. We are a boutique firm specializing in accounting, tax, and business services. And we help our businesses grow. We look at your financials. We help you determine if you are losing money, leaving money on the table. We help you implement systems. We help you save on your taxes instead of stroking that check every year to the IRS. Maybe you owe. We sit down with you to implement tax saving strategies for your organization. All right. So if you jumped on late, make sure you let us know where you're chiming in from. Today, I was talking about how to create a revenue plan to increase your profits. And let me just recap those plans, those things that I talked about. I talked about creating a plan. You know, we can't get from point A to point B sometimes without a navigation. So what is your plan? What does it look like? Maybe you need to reach up and reach out and have someone assist you with putting that plan together. The R is working on your revenue generating activities. What are 5 things you need to be doing each and every day to make sure that you are creating and generating revenue into your organization? 80% of your time should be spent on RGAs, and the other 20% of your time should be spent on non-RGAs. All right? Remember that 20% of your time only. So all this playing on social media, having fun, sending out all the funny stuff on social media, that's great. It breaks up the day. You got to have it. You can't just work, 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 work. You got to have some fun, but don't spend your whole day on non-revenue generating activities. Otherwise, you will not reach your goal. All right. Oh, online and offline marketing. Think of some creative ways where you don't have to spend money to market your business so that individuals get to know your products and services. Individuals get to know you, they get to like you, and they get to trust you. All right, that's the purpose. Also, you want to start generating organic clients. That's one of the ways you're going to grow. It's not the only way, but the know, like, and trust is very important. The F, what are your financial goals? Do you know what your financial goals are? Do you know how you're going to achieve them? Do you know how you're going to even set them? What's your weekly and monthly goals for generating your revenue? I asked you guys, how much would you like to create? How much would you like to make between now and July 17th? What does your check look like? What is the check that you're going to take to the bank? The check that you're going to deposit in the next 30 days? Set a goal that's achievable. So if you didn't hear me earlier, I want you to write down a number as to what that is. If it's 25,000, if it's 5,000, I don't know where you are in your business. If you are new in the market, if you are a seasoned entrepreneur, business owner, what does that look like? How are you going to achieve it? You can't achieve it by just throwing a number out of a hat and saying, oh, I'm going to do $5,000 this month. You got to have a plan and you got to track it. So what's the weekly goal for revenue? What's the monthly goal for revenue? What's the weekly goal for your profit and your monthly goal for your profit? I can say every week I want to bring in 15,000. That sounds good, but I still got people to pay every single week. I have a payroll to meet. So that 15,000 goes into my account, but guess what? What's my profit? What's in the middle? What are my operating expenses? Okay, so take that all into account as well. I'm all off track. Ideal client. Who is your ideal client? What's their name? What do they look like? How do they spend? What's the demographics? What are their spending patterns? Do some homework, do some research, sit down and do a session with yourself as to who you want to target. What do they look like? You know, do they spend regularly? Are they moms? Are they dentists? Are they CPAs? What niche? You know, who is it that I want to service? Who buys my products? Look, not everybody buys the same pair of jeans. You know, there's jeans that I dare not get in, and there's certain jeans that I will get in. So just because I'm a manufacturer of jeans, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to get in my jeans. Okay. Some women have a big butt, so they have to specialize or go and buy themselves certain jeans. Some women don't have no butt, so they can wear any kind of jeans. I'm sorry, that's a bad, but I had to do that as an example, y'all. But a great example, everybody ain't gonna buy every pair of jeans. Everybody is not gonna buy a t-shirt. Some t-shirts may be low cut, some may be tight fitting. Everybody not gonna buy your t-shirt. So you have to think about who is gonna buy your product. Who is going to come to you for the services that you offer? Know your ideal client. I guarantee the revenue in your organization will begin to increase. Okay? Building a team. It's important to start developing a team and building a team depending on where you're at. And when I say you guys build a team, let me deviate for a moment. It could be a virtual assistant, meaning that's an independent contractor, or it can be an employee. I go over this concept all the time. What is the difference between an employee and an independent contractor? An employee, y'all, and I'm going to say y'all, an employee is someone who you hire, you put on your payroll, you have workers' comp insurance, you are paying employer taxes, you are sending money that you withheld from their paycheck to the Internal Revenue Service quarterly, weekly, depending on your payroll. And those individuals get what we call a Form W-2 every single year from you. You tell them what to do. You tell them when to be at the job. You tell them when to clock in, when to clock out. That is an employee. They sign a handbook. They get a paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. That's an employee. An independent contractor is someone that you hire to do a task. Maybe it's a graphic designer. You have a graphic designer on your team and they're responsible for X amount of designs every single week. But there's a contract. There's an agreement between the two of you. They come and go as they want. You pay them a check through your accounts payable, not through your payroll account. When you have an independent contractor, they sign a Form W-9 so that at the end of the year, you can issue them a Form 1099. They are responsible for paying the taxes on the money that you pay them. They are responsible for reporting that on their taxes, etc. All right, so y'all got the difference? All right, that's the difference between an employee and an independent contractor. Whatever the case, you got to build a team is where I'm going with it. If you expect for your revenues to increase, you got to build a team because you can't wear 10 hats. I can have 10 hats, but I'm not going to be good at everything that I do. So I got to hire my team, hire a team, and a team on top of that is going to get the job done and make me look good. All right. S, I got to put systems in place. Y'all got to put systems in place in order to create the revenue that you anticipate in order to increase your profits. All right. So hopefully y'all got everything that I said in that short period of time about how to increase your revenue, so that your profits are where you want them to. All right. I help tax and accounting professionals grow six-figure virtue firms. I want to talk to you. If you are stuck, you're tired of looking at that small check, you're tired of saying next season, you're tired of saying my bank account is on a roller coaster, you're tired of, trying to figure out how to create consistent revenue, then I want to talk to you. All right. I'm going to leave a link so that we can connect. If you want to talk to me immediately, just text the word profits, you all. Text the word profits to 805-506-4334. Text the word profit if you want to get to me immediately, or we can set up a strategy session and just iron out how I can help you, create and generate the revenue that you so desire to want, that you so desire to need. All right. I am Dr. Cosette and White. Until my next live, you all have an awesome and amazing day. I can't wait to connect with you. Don't forget, it's all about profits. It's all about the plan, revenue generating activities, online, offline marketing, financial goals, setting or establishing who your ideal clients are, putting a team together, and developing systems. Without those things, you may see some failure, okay? Listen, we all fall down, but we get up. Y'all know that song. Y'all know that saying. We all fall down, but we all get up. Don't self-sabotage your business, you guys. Don't be one of the statistics that fail due to lack of planning, poor financial planning, ineffective marketing, and no cash cushion. All right? I see it day in, day out. I hear it day in, day out. Those are some of the pain points that my ideal clients share with me. Some of the pain points that my ideal clients speak on a regular basis. So if I'm talking to you, text the word profits to 805-506-4334, and I'll make sure to leave a link so that we can set up a strategy session. Actually, I think I put the link out there already. All right. If you like this, make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you share it with your community. And in the meantime, I will catch you guys on my next live. Have an awesome and amazing day. Take care.